Hello, spooky followers. My name is Indigo Grimm, here with a brand new spooky review. This time I want to talk about a monster, a common monster, where some people think it's weak, or you've seen them throughout games and a few others. I'm here to talk about slimes. Or, people will call it slimes, ooze, blob, or some people will say, ew, it looks like snot. And yes, sometimes they do look like snot, but don't be fooled, okay? These creatures are not to be trifled with. Slimes are mostly common monster found throughout fantasy, science fiction, games, and horror fiction. Basically, they can shapeshift to anything or anyone that preys on other creatures. For example, in Japanese folklore, the Nepero, I think I'm saying its name wrong. If I am so sorry, but I'm doing the best I can. It were fat, slime-like monsters that smells of rotting flesh. They wander through graveyards and ruined temples. Also, the legend states that those who is able to kill one and eat its foul-smelling flesh will gain everlasting youth. Also, ew, oh, that is so gross. I'm more better off eating something else for everlasting youth. Come on. Who has the right mind will eat something like that? Especially if it smells like rotting flesh from a mortal. I'm more better off eating a mermaid's flesh if I want everlasting youth. And yes, they actually have a legend. If you eat a Japanese mermaid flesh, you'll get the same thing. I'm more better off eating that than something like this. Oh my gosh. I think I'm about to vomit my breakfast and a little bit of fear that I ate this morning. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. I'm okay. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. Now, slimes have been used as antagonists throughout years of fiction. They're usually used as wild monsters or lab experiments. The most famous one of the experimental laboratory experiment is called from a movie called The Blob, a 1950 horror movie with the same name. In my own opinion, I would highly recommend you to check that out if you like old school horror movies. And yes, I know that horror movies back then are old school, or some people think it's outdated, but not for me. Old school movies, especially horror ones, are more classic than what we have nowadays. My opinion, not yours. Now, the attack is varies throughout fiction to fiction. They can engulf you like this one from Overlord. Also, When I saw this one engulfing someone, it actually freaked me out a little bit. And not in a good way either. And the smile that she had, oh my gosh, it's so freaky. But I love it. Actually, if I think about it, I think I fed off someone's fear from that scene. Again, highly recommend you go check out that anime if you're very interested in the dark, in my own opinion. But some slimes can attack you by engulfing you, produce poison gas, or toxic, or acid, or they could throw their slime at you. Depends what fiction you're dealing with. Basically. Now, let's get this out of the way. Non-safe for work or lewd type slimes. Okay? Basically, slimes are very popular in that department, because slime can transform into anything or anyone, especially in the girl department, or if you're very interested in men. But mostly popular to them is, well, tentacles that they could form for your pleasure. Also, do not ask me. I'm not explaining how I know this. If you guys want to know, go look it up for yourself, okay? Because I am not, I repeat, not explaining it to you guys. If you want to know how I know, don't ask, okay? I've been here longer than you guys, and I've seen a lot of lewd stuff over my years, okay? So if you want to go find out how popular slimes are in the lewd department, just look it up for yourselves, okay? I'm not going to explain it, okay? Also, I am not explaining how I got this photo. Just go look it up for yourself. Video, photos, whatever you want. I am not explaining it, okay? But I do know one thing. Now, I know a few VTubers who are slime types. Some of them are pretty unique in their color and designs, you know? And I know a few of them who are lewd content creators. Not personally, but you know what I'm saying. After all, Mal and I are still new to the pin-tubing community. Well, VTubing community, because pin-tubing are part of it. But I did see a few of their content and just say it looks interesting. I mean that with a grain of salt. Sorry. But sometimes slimes can be cute. Some people actually it depends, very to vary. Some people actually keep them as pets. One of them is actually an anime, and there's also one anime that is also interested in slime as well. The Day I Was Reincarnated as a Slime. And all the way down. Some of them are pretty cute, in my own opinion. But don't get too attached, because sometimes slimes can be evil antagonists or an enemy. Like I said, it depends what you're dealing with, okay? Not just in regular, but also in the lewd department as well. So do not get attached to it. Trust me, do not. And plus, if I think about it, slimes are pretty much their own species, in their own opinion. They actually very much have different species, from green to queens slimes, basically. Or kings, if you want to be particular. Trust me, these creatures can't be anything they want to be. They could be a human if they want, or just who they are. Only that, it depends what you're dealing with. Like I said, if you can find one in real life, in my opinion, do not engage at it unless you are high leveled. Well, some of them are pretty much low leveled. They're basically mostly common as low monsters, but don't get don't get cocky, because they might be low level, but you don't know what they can do. Okay? That's just my opinion. In my opinion, slimes are very much popular in their own right, unlike other monsters I cannot review, including creepypastas. But they're pretty much displaying itself, okay? If you see one, if you're high level, do whatever you want. But if you're dealing with one that is high level, like a queen or a king, only thing I could do is wish you luck, and hopefully they don't fuck you up sideways. And mean in a bad way or a sexy way. Depend which one you're dealing with, darling. Well, I better get going. I got another spooky review, and this time I'm going to be going back to a musical about a haunting bully haunting the nerds who killed him out of spite. So, until then, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay spooky.